Objection! Oh, it was amazing. I loved that about the Phoenix Wright games. Especially the one, what was it? Not the DS. It was like the first one that had the microphone where you could actually like yell objection into it and it would register that. Is this true, Monsieur Remington? Well, in a matter of, speaking, I suppose steak may have been on the, menu. Then, Inspector, would you acknowledge the possibility that the blood on the lady's paws did not belong to the victim, but to the steak? Well... Wait, don't, answer that, Inspector. It is a possibility. No! Intriguing, but even as you gained a little favor with the jury. Hooray! So, Inspector Volerty, is it possible that you arrested an innocent bystander simply for being a messy eater? Now hold on just 1 minute, Falcon. You are overlooking something quite crucial. Dame Quatre is an elegant bourgeois kitten. She was no doubt brought up with, flawless etiquette and, perfect table manners. At the banquet, she would have eaten the steak with a fork in her left hand and a knife in her right, like any proper civilized animal. How could she have possibly gotten blood on her paws with such good manners? Oh, that is a good question. Or, at least, it would be at any ordinary dinner banquet, but as it happens, something was missing from that particular banquet. Something that forced Dame Quatre to eat with her paws. The missing silverware! Yay! Dame Quatre was forced to eat steak with her paws because... dramatic reveal! The silverware of the household had previously been stolen! Stolen? I don't recall any mention of that in the police report. We weren't aware of anything missing from the Rorgiel residence when we performed the initial investigation. But as it happened, Baron Rorgiel approached us about this very subject last night. Ah! Yes, perhaps what a twist! I gained more favor. Yeah, I nailed it. I called it. Bam! What is the meaning of all of this? Bloody steak, misplaced silverware. Inspector, was your investigation so lax that you overlooked these basic facts in your initial report? Lax? My investigation? Judge, I assure you, I am the most thorough investigative officer in the force. It is amazing that the Parisian police managed to solve any crimes at all. Oh! Oh dear. Be on your way, Inspector. Perhaps do a little inspecting for your next case. Oh, the sick birds! Why are his sleeves too long? Fine, so be it, messieurs. Until next time. Prosecutor, I trust your next witness is ready? Yes, of course, Your Honor. Oh, I call upon, let's see, Monsieur Robicio Rubinho, the, photographer who attended the banquet on the night of the murder. Monsieur Robicio Rubinho, please approach the stand and recite the oath. How does it go? I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. It is a little cliché, to be perfectly honest. Can, the witness please introduce himself for the court record? Humph. As if anybody in this courtroom does not immediately recognize me. I am the great Monsieur Robicio Rubinho, cutting-edge photographer and visionary. I don't just take people's pictures, I capture their very essence. Je suis l'artiste. Tout est un pif. You may have seen my works in hip magazines, Les Branches or Silk Chouquet. I can send you tweets if you like. What on earth is a tweet? Bird-to-bird communication. Come on, Falcon, it's the 19th century. Get with the times already. Yes, your works are very impressive, Monsieur Rubinho, but let's get down to business. Could you tell us your activities on the night of the murder? Very well. I was hired by Baron Rorgiel to capture the evening's events. I arrived in the evening. I pointed my camera. I captured the beauty of the banquet in one fantastic photograph. Then I billed Baron Rorgiel and left. Like a true artist. And with regards to the photograph itself, who did you photograph? I thought you might ask. I brought a copy so that you could all see for yourselves. Oh, very good. Let's take a closer look. What? Is that the same? It's not the same, is it? My word, this is an exquisite picture, isn't it? So let's see, who do we have here? In the middle, we see Baron Rorgiel, the lion who hosted the event. On the left, we see Seigneur Portoir de Miao, the father of the defendant, Dame Quatre. And finally, we see the housemaid, Colleen Duhart, who I suspect may have snuck into the picture uninvited. Oh. As you can see, two people are clearly absent from the photograph. The first is the victim, Monsieur Grenouille. The second is the defendant, Dame Quatre Damião. Quite suspicious, wouldn't you agree? Just a moment, Monsieur Rabington. This proves nothing. So the defendant and the victim were not photographed with the others. That doesn't mean that they were in the garden together at that point. Hold your horses, Falcon. I'm not done yet. The prosecution may continue. Behind the photographed subjects, we see a wall clock with the time set at 7:30. Now, why is that time significant? Well, as Inspector Volerty told us earlier, that was the exact time the murder took place. Do you see, Falcon? Every suspect has an alibi at the time of the murder, save for Dame Cataline herself. Falcon, something is fishy. In the jail cell, Dame Cataline told us she was present when the photograph took place, but I don't see it in Rubinio's photograph. Also, the clock didn't have hands. That's true, but I can't use Dame Cataline's testimony as evidence. It has too little weight. If I want to prove that Monsieur Rubinio's photograph is not a valid piece of evidence, I will have to dish out evidence of my own. Your Honor, I would like to cross-examine the witness. Very well, proceed. Or the defense may proceed. It's a waste of time if you ask me. Photographs are rock-solid evidence. Cross-examination! Let's see, I'll capture the video, the 1 megapixel photograph that I build. It's the photograph, because it has hands on the clock, which is not good. Let's take a closer look at this photograph. ... I see the mistake. Just to clarify, Monsieur Rubinio, photographs are a direct reflection of reality, are they not? That is correct. The photographic process leaves no room for bias or inaccuracies. It is most curious, because I see a mistake. A mistake? Impossible, I just told you, monsieur. The camera is perfect, unbiased device. The photographs it produces are flawless. Remington, I'm not seeing any, mistakes. Perhaps you could be a little more specific. Certainly. The camera! It is the camera! Or the clock, rather, not the camera. The clock in this photograph, there is something not right about it. Well, isn't that convenient? Defense sees something wrong with the key piece of evidence that implicates his client. Don't give me that cocky tone, Monsieur Remington. I have evidence that there's something wrong with the clock in that picture. It had no hands! Or at least it did when I saw it. Photograph clearly shows the clock's hands pointing at 7 and 6. That much is self-evident. Which is most curious because the clock in the lounge of Chateau Criniere has no hands. It has no hands? The clock is merely a decorative piece, a talking item. Feel free to ask Baron Rorgiel or his housemaid if you have doubts. Monsieur Rubinio, how do you explain this discrepancy? I don't know. There must be some sort of mistake. My camera is flawless. There is no mistake, monsieur. Your photograph depicts something that does not exist in the real world. Maybe there was an error in the printing process. An error precisely where the clock's hands should be, please, monsieur. Don't patronize us. Allow me to offer a more plausible explanation. You, Monsieur Rubinio, edited this photograph. Edited? I'm no expert, but I suspect that you used paint or ink to carefully put hands upon the clock. Would have been a simple task, considering that the clock face was bare. One could even speculate that you specifically chose to include the handless clock in the photograph just to simplify the editing process. Falcon, your reasoning is absurd. Why would the witness do such a thing? Is it not obvious? By showing the photograph to have taken place at precisely 7:30, it clears all of the photograph's subjects of suspicion. In other words, Monsieur Rubinio created a perfect alibi. ... Sweat marks. Of course, this raises further questions. Who is the witness protecting? And why? Was Monsieur Rubinio coerced, bribed, threatened? Enough silence. Let's hear some answers, Monsieur Rubinio. Fine. You've got me. I'm guilty. I did it all. You did it? You're confessing to the murder of Monsieur Grenouille? What? No. I have no idea who killed the frog. I'm just admitting that I'm guilty of producing fraudulent photographs. I was ordered to make changes to the printed photographs. And yes, That included adding hands to the clock. You were ordered? By whom? I dare not say. Monsieur Robideau, I strongly advise you to answer the defense's question. You have pledged to speak without fear, after all. With respect, Judge, I fear his claws more than I fear the punishment of the justice system. I shall name no names. His claws? Did you hear that, Falcon? That is most unfortunate. Monsieur Robineau, we cannot and shall not torture names out of you. We don't live under an ancient regime, after all. But since you have admitted to falsifying evidence, then we cannot keep you on the stand as a witness. Take your leave. You shall be charged with perjury in due course. I can't protest. That's the least I deserve for my failure as an artist. Good day, messieurs. Oh, intriguing, convincing, more favor with the jury! Hooray! So, the clock's hands were painted on. So what? It doesn't matter. The photograph still depicts Dame Quatre as absent close to the time of the murder. That's significant. Don't be dense, Monsieur Rubbington. If the photograph is not completely genuine, then it cannot be considered as reliable evidence. Why not? It's still a portrayal of the night's events. Because if we accept one part of the picture as edited, then we must accept the possibility that other parts were too. It is possible that Dame Quatre was painted out. Even worse, it is possible that another person was painted in. We know that the witness was trying to cover for someone, so all possibilities must be accounted for. So what are you saying, Falcon? That the housemaid paid off the photographer? Or was it Signor Pourtoir de Meow, perhaps? I don't think so. The housemaid lacks means or motive. It wouldn't make sense for Signor Pourtoir to implicate his own daughter. Well, surely you're not suggesting that the honest and beloved Baron Rorgale deliberately tried to frame Dame Catterline, because that would be the most outlandish theory yet. The Baron is a pillar of the community. He would never do such a thing. Sure, Remington, I'm not here to throw out accusations. That's the job of you, the prosecutor. However, perhaps I should offer my opinion.